I have a few observations that I've made. So first of all, the digital circus is literally set up like Purple Place. For those of you who don't know what Purple Place is, it was just a little game that came out on old laptops, computers where there were several buildings you could interact with and do something inside. I realized that when Kane pointed out that there's a water park, a fairground, and a circus, I immediately thought of Purple Place. I would also like to say that his name is Cain. I know it's a stretch, but I think Kane is an artificial intelligence that has gained self-awareness. You guys ever notice how he says, "Even I don't know what's beyond the void"? Emphasis on I, meaning he literally admits that he's the ringmaster of this circus. And it's not just that, but also that he doesn't know about what's going on around him. He also acts very scared and flustered when the exit is mentioned, as if he doesn't want to be found out. Thanks to a friend, he pointed out the last parts, and now it makes a lot more sense. The last part I want to add personally. I'm curious if the void leads to the real internet or YouTube. It feels like they're going to try to escape from the show. Anyway, I enjoyed the pilot, and I can't wait for more. I hope to see a full opening theme that won't get interrupted. Update: I think that all the characters are clones of people who work at CNA, and so their only memory, as I guess, is putting on the headset. I mean, I immediately remembered the Rick and Morty episode with the detoxifier, when the toxic parts were removed and left in the machine, while regular Rick and Morty were fine. Maybe how people get into the digital circus. So maybe the headsets for copying, creating a digital character copy, the electrical signals happening in our brain body to recreate a person. And on the topic of memory loss, I think that computers in the 1990s weren't the best. So maybe they didn't have the memory or just capabilities to copy everything, losing memory, or just attributes in the process. And when she remembers something during the tantrum, looking at the monitor, it might be like a semi-connection where she knows it's something she used or owns, but at the same time doesn't cause a mental break, as we see the same thing as the empty part at the end. Lack of information plus weak computer system. Her breakdown CNA can be seen on the wall of the exit building that Remember goes through. My theory is that Cain is based on Cain and Abel, and that Cain really did kill his brother. I think he was sent to eternity in the digital circus as punishment. I think people are completely misinterpreting what the Amazing Digital Circus will be like. Anyone who has watched a few animations of Gooseworks, Darlie Boxman, Little Runmo, Elaine the Bounty Hunter, etc., can notice one pattern. It's unpredictable. Not unpredictable in the sense that you don't know what will happen next, although that's true. Unpredictable as there's no clear storyline. Gooseworks seems like the chaotic evil of YouTube animation, in a good way. Their videos are random, unique, and almost never explain the lore beyond interpretations and subtle connections with other videos. Let me clarify that this is not an insult. It's one of the things I like about Gooseworks. People dive into tadc just like any other show, like Killer Drones or Hell of a Boss. They expect a story, a climax, satisfying endings, and explanations. That's why so many people create content farms and make it into bootleg merchandise. They think that little kids will understand the characters and the plot. People even think that the characters will have a complex backstory, understandable emotions, and specific motives and intentions. My theory is that this is incorrect. TADC will be similar to other shows that Gooseworks makes. A crazy mix of chaos, entertainment, and slightly disturbing characters, mini-stories, and randomness. That little random detail in the pilot that you saw on the third frame-by-frame viewing was not a hint at a future episode. It was a little random detail to add chaos. The mysterious dialogue of one of the characters was not a revelation of their motives or past life. It was that they were crazy, like all Gooseworks characters. Is Cain a villain? Honestly, it might just be me, but I think Cain doesn't fully understand what's going on here. He's just an AI, created to keep the game going and the players playing. I don't think he's mentally capable of understanding the full scale of what's happening, nor should he. My personal theory is that whoever created him is gathering people, possibly kidnapping them, to test Cain's program and the game he's involved in. The digital circus as a whole seems quite glitchy and unfinished, as if it's some kind of beta test that needs additional refinement. Cain himself even said that he hasn't put anything into the void yet, as if there should be something there in the future. I went into the Gooseworks archive on Tumblr and compiled a list of all the information about the show and characters that we know at the moment. Note that some of this information may have changed since it was published, or was revealed in the pilot episode. Some may change during the show, and some may be joke answers. Let me know if there's anything I might have missed. Kane's name is an acronym that stands for Creative Artificial Intelligence Networking Entity. Kane can't understand the concept of irony. Bubble is a much simpler AI, created by Kane. Bubble tastes like soap and is very pleasant to the touch. The moon and the sun are AI mannequins, are NPCs. Gangle likes to draw. Gangle had a body pillow of an anime character before she came to the digital circus. Gangle's favorite anime is Azumanga Daioh. Gangle also likes One Piece. Her favorite character is Chopper. In Zubal's room, there is a Zubal box with other body parts, and he constantly tries new parts. Zubal did not allow anyone to hug them. Zubal was the last one to arrive at the digital circus before Remember. Zubal is very grumpy and irritable. Zubal is 6 months older than Jax. Kinger is the oldest and has been trapped in the digital circus the longest. The chess piece queen is called Queenie. Regatta was in the digital circus the second longest, after Kinger Regatha hugged him the best. Zubli would hug the worst. Sometimes Regatta says things that she doesn't necessarily mean if she thinks it will diffuse tension. There is a specific character who has not yet been revealed, and who is practically a self-insert of Gooseworks. He's mean. Jax. Nobody likes Jax. Jax doesn't have a tail. Of all those trapped in the digital circus, Jax deserves to be there the most. Jax didn't react very well when he appeared in the digital circus. Clown Kaufmo did not appear today. Abstraction cannot be cancelled. Pompey doesn't like being touched. Pomni's hat is part of her body. Well, it's possible. Her catchphrase. Their age from oldest to youngest. Kinger, 48 years old. Ragatha, 30 years old. Gangle, 26 years old. Remember, 25 years old. Zuble, 22 years old. Jax, 22 years old. There are many characters that we don't know about yet. Artists of the digital circus can feel pain. Each character has a reason for how they behave. At least 8 episodes have been written for the first season. Episodes typically last 21 to 25 minutes. As of August 10th, TADC should be 1 season, we'll see. It's widely believed that Kinger has been there the longest because Jax told us he did. However, I'm curious if this means he's been there the longest of all, or just among those who remain. I assume they arrived in this order. Of those who haven't abstracted yet, sorry, Kaufmo, Kinger, Jax, Regatta, Zubla, Gangle. Remember, the following estimated dates are very approximate dates. I haven't done much timeline research, so feel free to politely correct me. Kinger has been there for about 10 years. Jax has been there for about 6 years. Regatta has been there for about 4 years. Zubli has been there for about 1 to 2 years. Gangle has been there for about 6 months. Remember arrived at the present time I came up with them, considering their age and what I know about the timeline. 90s?